Salutations online, it's supposed to be stable. My name is Sir Hamdallah, and today, well, I want to start something with you guys. And in case you, well, for those who haven't seen my game room tour video, I have a bunch of games like, well, not as much as like APGN or Metal Jesus Rocks or World Record Holder Michael Thomason, or World's Largest Video Game Collection. But basically, I want to start something with you guys that there are some games that I haven't had in my collection yet, or consoles I haven't had in my collection yet. So I decided for each video, for at the end of or each and every video for the end of the month. Hi Barbara. My Barbara's here. See? Well, oh boy. Anyway, so basically for today, for the end of the month's videos. Seriously. For each video at the end of each month, every video at the end of the month, I'm sorry I'm repeating myself, I'm a little nervous today, I don't know why. Just woke up, so early, 8:30 or something crazy. Yeah, I'm a little after 8:30. But anyway, today I want to show you guys my monthly gaming haul videos. At the end of each month, I'm going to basically show you guys what games I got at the end of each month. So let's just start with the first thing I got this month. It's technically a console, but it kind of sucks. As an Act Games Sega Genesis Ultimate Portable Game Player, also known as the third-party crapfest of the Sega Game Gear. I mean, look at this thing. It's tiny. I thought it would be cool to own, but nope. There's literally too many buttons. There's too many buttons. The D-pad is barely, well, I would show footage, but I haven't gotten any camera work on it. But literally, there's too many buttons. The controls suck, and it's pretty much not as different as the Sega Genesis plug-and-play that the same company released. It's just the same thing, only travel-sized. In the instruction manual, it really doesn't help with the controls. I mean, look at this thing. Let's look. There's too many pages. There's 85 games in this thing, yes, but and the worst thing about it, it has to have there's an SD card slot on page 8. Number 8 is the SD card slot. What kind of game console doesn't have its own memory card? Well, aside from every early days of NES games. Anyway, it's a console itself. The next game I got, but this game. Anyway, moving on, we have another game that I don't know if it's a rare find, but but it's basically one of the launch titles for the NES, along with it's not Excite Bike, it's not Mario Bros, it's not Duck Hunt, it's basically not any of those games. It is, I hate to say it, Gyromite. Can you guys see that? It's probably fuzzy. Anyway, Gyromite was a launch title for the NES, believe it or not. Although it was made for a specific series entitled, I can get it on frame here, the Robot series. Can you guys see that? Well, basically, it was one of very few games made specifically for the Robotic Operating Buddy, also known as Rob the Robot. Yeah, I just thought it would be a cool collection or a cool game for my collection. I was in a cool collection for my game. I mean, it's nice. But basically, I got it from like half price books. I don't even know if this game works because it's a two-player game, but I don't have any friends. So I haven't tested it out yet. Because no matter what, if it's a one-player mode or two-player mode, regardless, is a two-player game. Because, well, the only difference between two-player mode is that the roles between the character, between one player 1 and player 2, swap. Well, so yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's Gyromite. There's nothing much to it. I'll explain the game. You've probably seen AVGN's Rob the Robot episode, hopefully. Unless you're not old enough. If you haven't seen AVGN's Rob the Robot episode, if you're too young, you probably shouldn't be on YouTube anyway. So next we have the third-party retro entertainment system. It's a third-party top loader NES top loader. I messed that up. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's just a NES top loader console. I bought this because at the time my original NES, the side loader, was kind of on the fritz. Don't worry, I got that fixed. But yeah, I took it to a video game repair shop that's close to my home, like a 10-20 minute drive. That's a good 10 to 15 minute drive at a shopping center. I took it to the guy who repairs the games. He looked at it, and it was the pins that were broke, that were kind of misleading. Kind of what I get for getting an NES at the flea market. Anyway, so I basically got this thing, and it sucks. I mean, it's not much different from an NES, but except for one problem. When you get your game in there, you literally have to jiggle it, or you literally have to wiggle it around just to pop it in, just to make sure you get the visuals right. You literally have to wiggle it in there. And once you do get it in there, it's near impossible to get out. Here, I'll show you. Here, I'm putting it in here. It's nearly impossible to get in there. Hang on. It's in there all the way. Now watch. I don't know if it's just me or the console itself. I can barely get it out. It's really frustrating, especially because it might break the game a little bit. Almost there. You see how difficult that was? That's why this thing's a piece of crap. Sorry, man. Sorry if I scratched my nose a little bit. My allergies have been bad today. Anyway, the next game I got, well, I don't know what made me interested in this game. I just saw it at the video game resale shop I usually go to, where I got my NES fixed. It's kind of a weird choice. It's kind of a weird choice of games I decided to choose. I mean, I had between this and I don't know, Spiritual Warfare, but I chose Mick Kids. Yeah, Mick Kids is basically a sponsorship by Virgin Games to endorse McDonald's, basically. Yeah. I mean, I tested it out, but if you played it, you would know how slippery the controls are. You basically, you and a friend, if you have any, you basically you play as Mick and or Mac. I can never tell the difference. These kids on the front. But basically, But basically, you're sent into McDonald land, but you basically have to you basically have to stop a Hamburglar from running off with Ronald McDonald's magic bag of some sort. I don't know, but basically, it's Mario 3 it's McDonald's version of Super Mario 3. I mean, the graphics look totally it looks like Super Mario 2 or 3, based on online lookalikes. Anyway, but it's basically McDonald's version of Mario 3 with very, very slippery controls. I ran out of lives by World 1-3. When you die, you basically have to restart the whole world. I don't know if you have to restart the whole game because I never made it that far. But yeah, very difficult. And then the last game I have here, well, it's not even mine, to be honest. It's my dad's. My dad was describing a game. My dad, ever since I got my NES, he's been describing this game he used to play. He used to play with the neighborhood kids back when he was a kid. So basically, my mom heard about it. She looked up online on Amazon, made sure it was on Prime because we don't have anything on Amazon. You could order an NES game and end up with a bag of popcorn for if you don't order on Prime. Make a note of that. But basically, she got this online. We got it one day earlier, like last week or something. So yeah, it's the most recent game for this month. But basically, it's called Baseball Simulator 1000. imagine the concepts of like fantasy football and putting it on an NES game and making it, instead of all about football, you make it all about baseball. You can make your own teams, you can make your own stats for each player, and even you can even play as the you can even play as your team. Of course, being born in Ohio near Cincinnati, my family is also Cincinnati. We're Cincinnati Reds fans, as you can tell from my hat. And my dad, of course, made 1977. Weirdly enough, the 1977 Cincinnati Reds team basically. If you guys know who Pete Rose is, you know exactly who the team. If you guys knew who Pete Rose is, you know why. You know why he made that. My dad's a weirdo. Anyway, so yeah, that was basically the games. That's pretty much it. I really don't have that whole bunch of games to like. I really didn't get that many games this month. Probably because I had to save my money, and last month I bought a Switch. It was $300-some, which was about $400. I've been broke for a while. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more of these, like next month, I'm gonna try to get a Super Nintendo. Hope if you guys enjoy these kind of videos and want to see more, drop a like you're dropping the bass. Wow. And give the old subscribe button, the old smizity smack. Sorry, Jingles. Sorry, Harper. I just scared my dogs. Kind of scared me too. And I'll see you guys in the next video.